Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Super Luigi Galaxy. Last time, we headed back into the fountain and explored more galaxies there, including Battlerock Galaxy. And in this episode, we're going to continue where we left off with Battlerock Galaxy and explore more of that area. But before we do so, I want to go ahead and pop in with our good old friend Mail Toad here and check our mail, as we have another letter from Princess Peach. Give me those 21 ups from Mario. He got these lives. I got these lives. Thank you for the free 20. Now with these 21 ups in our arsenal, let's head back over the Battle Rock. We know of one more star we can get at the moment in Battlerock Galaxy, but as the trend has been for every major galaxy so far here, in all these different domes, a prankster comet can appear after certain criteria is met per galaxy. We haven't met the set criteria yet for Battlerock, as there hasn't been any comet appearing in the area. But let's go ahead and make our way back over to Battlerock and collect the remaining star here, and hope after we collect the said star, a prankster comet will appear. Jumping back into Battlerock Galaxy, we have one more mission: Top Maniac and the Top Man Tribe. Jumping into the level, we can see our overhead view shows some Lumas here imprisoned by one of the members of the Top Man Tribe. So we need to head over to that said platform and help out those Lumas. For now though, we're going to fly into the galaxy and just take care of some things here on this flying saucer area. We got ourselves some little baby Top Men here. These little Top Men are very weak. You just hit them with one spin attack, and doing so will give you a star bit, which helps because we got ourselves Monty Moles here. These moles you can't really do anything about, because when you get close up to these guys, they will retreat into their little holes. So what you want to do is shoot them with a star bit to stun them, which will cause them to flip over. And hitting them with a star bit, you can go ahead and just jump on their backs just like so, and grab a coin. They will throw wrenches at you, so be very careful, as you don't want to get hit by one of their projectiles. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around this flying saucer here and take this sling star over to another saucer. And from here we can see a launch star up ahead. We can attempt the long jump over, but this platform's a little too far away, so you gotta wait until you're kind of close to the platform, and then the gravitational pull should be able to pull you over to it. The power lines are keeping my friend locked inside. Hit them with something to cut off the power. Hit the power lines with something. Something, you say? Well, I see a Mr. Top here trying to interrupt my conversation. Excuse me, sir. I'm trying to talk to my Luma friend. Now, what can I use to break the power line? Oh yeah, his body. That works. Hit the Top Man member into the power line, and it will destroy not just the Top Man, but also the cage. Thank you. Oh, sweet freedom. I'll show you a shortcut as your reward, and transform. So for freeing our Luma friend, he will transform into a launch star. But before we take the launch star, let's grab ourselves a life shroom to give us 3 extra points of life. Flying over to our next platform here. Go ahead, shoot this Monty Mole and flip him over. Make that an easy target. Break open these boxes. We can see one reveals a coin, one reveals star bits, and our final box here will lead to a warp pipe. Taking this warp pipe, we are transported into a 2D section here with different gravitational forces. So, depending on where the arrows are facing, that is where you're going to be walking. So in this case, the arrows facing down has us facing down onto the floor, while the arrows facing upwards would have us walking on the ceiling. So we got to keep in mind which way the arrows are pointing. That will tell us where we'll be standing here in this said area. I'm going to wait for this platform in front of me to rotate around and grab the mystery coin inside, because by doing so, I'll get me a good amount of star bits, which is always a nice thing. And jump up to this top platform here and grab me a 1-up, and hit this arrow to swap the gravity so I can go up onto the ceiling. Hit this Octumba, grab me some star bits from him. Makes things pretty simple. But I gotta be careful with these platforms here on the ceiling, as they're gonna try to force you to go back downwards to the other portion of this area due to the gravitational changes. Here I'm just gonna go ahead and ground pound, which is a fast way to get down into our next section, or I guess in this case up, because gravity is weird. Gotta be careful with these red platforms moving around, because if we are caught in between things with those red platforms, they can crush you, and crushing means instant death. You don't want to be crushed. Taking a warp pipe, we are into our next section here, and we got ourselves an enemy right in the middle, emitting some shockwaves, so we're gonna be careful where we stand. This yellow platform will keep us safe, as it is high enough above that the shockwaves will not hit. Using this enemy's head as a little bit of a trampoline, we can go ahead and take a sling star up to this elevator on the ceiling. And this elevator will be riding us all the way up to a certain point. Once it clicks in place, we'll change around gravity once again and fall into a new room. Here we got ourselves some top men just trying to do their best to fight us, but now we know how to fight these guys based on our interaction with one of these guys earlier on with said Lumas. Just knock them into an electrical fence, and by doing so, we can go ahead and continue forward. Take this launch star, and we will get out of the Battlerock area just in time for the looks of things, as it explodes once we leave. And here we're on to a different flying saucer, this area filled with top men. The music has changed, so this seems very ominous. I'm gonna go ahead and fight these guys, get them out of my way, it's not much of a threat. Oh, hello, you're new, sir. Luma Lee, Luma Bop. Welcome to the Luma shop. I'll sell you something helpful for only 30 star bits. Ooh, that sounds like a bargain. Let's see what you have to offer. Which will it be? So you can buy yourself either a life shroom or a 1-up mushroom for 30 star bits. But keep in mind, once you hit buy, you are locked into buying something now from this Luma shopkeep. So I cannot leave, I have to pick one or the other in order to proceed. Now if I buy a life shroom at this point when I have 6 health in total with a life shroom active, this item will do absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna buy a 1-up mushroom, as this will actually give me an extra life, so it'll be useful. All right, now fill me up with exact change. Oh, so full. Now I'm feeling great, so here I go. Transform! Feeding this guy the 30 star bits that he wants, he will pop out our said 1-up. So it's a good thing now we know how these Luma shopkeeps work, as here we are introduced to our boss of Battlerock Galaxy. This is Top Maniac. Perfect place to put that Luma shopkeep, as you can buy yourself a life stream to give yourself some extra health right before a boss fight. But this boss is very simple. Hit his weak spot on the top of his head, and that will turn off his spike blades. Every hit, this guy will get a lot more aggressive and send out more of his top men to try to fight you. You can knock all these top men into the electric barriers, or the tiny little yellow guys you can just smack once with a spin, and now take care of those enemies. But we're just gonna go ahead and go after the big Maddie, which as you've seen, worked really well, as now we got our power star. 3 hits the Top Maniac, and he is defeated. That's our final power star we can collect for now in Battlerock Galaxy. So hopefully now that we collected this said power star, the prankster comet will be kind enough to show up in the area. So let's go ahead, save our game, head back into the fountain dome here, and sure enough, there is our prankster comet. Specifically, it's a Daredevil comet, a brand new comet type for us. So let's go ahead and fly into the galaxy. Back in Battlerock Galaxy, we have a Daredevil comet in orbit, and this Daredevil comet leads us to Top Maniac's Daredevil Run. So this mission is basically the exact same mission we just completed, but now with a new twist. This Daredevil mission will drop us off right at the boss's lair, but we'll notice once we land, we only have 1 HP. So we gotta be careful, because anything here will kill us in 1 hit. And as we can see, there is no Luma shopkeep, so you cannot get yourself a life shroom in this situation either. This is going to be a perfect run. Make 1 mistake to get hit, and that is game over. Or in this case, mission fail. You would have to play the said level all over again. Thankfully, there's not much level here, but let's try our best not to fail. Got 2 hits in on Top Maniac, and let's go for hit number 3. Simple enough. Guy was lined up really well this time, making it so much easier for us to knock him into these said electric fences. But now with Top Maniac defeated, let's grab our power star and get out of here. With this power star collected, that is all we can do for now in Battlerock Galaxy. So for now, we can go ahead and say goodbye to the Battlerock Fortress and move on to new galaxies here in the fountain. Go ahead and save our game. And now let's jump back into our pole star. Now we have a choice of 3 different galaxies to explore, and I'm gonna pick this question mark galaxy here first. This galaxy we had access to for quite some time, as you only need 11 power stars to gain access to it. This is Rolling Green Galaxy. Let's go ahead and fly into it. Here at Rolling Green Galaxy, we have 1 star to collect, Rolling in the Clouds. Jumping in our overhead shot shows the power star from the looks of things right in the very beginning section of the galaxy. So this looks like a very simple mission. All we gotta do is just crack open that container that the power star is in. So this should be simple, right? Hey now, if you're thinking about just rolling that ball away, you better listen to old Billboard here. First, jump to get on top of the ball. I mean, I would prefer to just crack this thing open and take the power star out, but you know what, sure, we'll do it your way, Billboard. All right, you're on. Now try to match the guide on the bottom right. In this case, we must hold our Joy-Con straight up. Right, that's it. That's what we call the basic position. From that basic position, tilt your Joy-Con or your entire system to move the ball in that direction. Then, just press the B button to jump. If anything gets in your way, smush it. Anyway, you'll learn more by doing it yourself. Good luck. So as we can see by that diagram in the bottom right, we want to move around our Joy-Con like it's a joystick on a said arcade machine. And this is a very interesting way of controlling the said ball. And in fact, when you played Super Luigi Galaxy back in the day when it released on the Nintendo Wii back in 2007, this felt really authentic, as playing with a Wii remote, it really did feel like a joystick. Doubly so if you had the Wii Remote jacket on your said controller, giving you that extra grip on the said joystick itself or the actual said controller. But the thing is with this said mission is it's a little precise. One wrong move and it's very easy to just fall off the side, and it's all due to how motion control works. So you gotta be confident with moving around your controller in very fine-tuned ways. Thankfully, playing with the Joy-Con, you can just move your right Joy-Con around, and then that's how you move the said ball. If you're playing with a Switch Pro controller, then you gotta move the entire controller to do the same action. And on handheld mode, it's even worse because you're turning the entire system all over the place to move around. But you just want to take the ball here to the very end section, put it in the hole, and by putting the set ball in the hole, it will break open, revealing our power star. Jumping back into Rolling Green Galaxy, I want to go ahead and make my way through the Rolling in the Clouds missions here real quick on the handheld mode controls of Super Luigi Galaxy, as I do want to mention just how awkward it is to control this entire ball with your entire system. As you can see, you must move the entire Switch to actually move your said ball around, which makes this really awkward. For the cursor, you have to point at the screen still in order to use it, unlike pointing around with your controller itself, which makes actually collecting the star bits even more of an awkward situation. And as you can see, because I have to film this using a light above me to properly light the area around the said Switch, lights are also a problem in this equation, as if you don't have a good position of where the Switch is, then it's going to be much harder to actually see what you're doing. So if you're playing this out in the sun, for example, good luck trying to see pretty much anything going on, as the glare for things in general is going to make this even more awkward. Doing this rolling ball mission in handheld mode, while it's very much a possible thing, it's not really recommended. If you can play this game using either TV mode controls, or in this case, just prop the screen on a kickstand and use the tabletop mode controls, that'll make this mission a lot better in comparison to controlling your entire system to roll the ball. It's doable, but it's a little awkward in my opinion. That was a simple enough mission. At least if you're playing this game via TV mode or tabletop mode, you know, with natural controller. Trying to play through that galaxy with the system in handheld mode. Ugh. It's doable, it's just not really that comfortable. And also hard to see the screen. Let's go ahead and jump back into our galaxy listing here and select the other question mark galaxy here in the distance. This one, we need 18 power stars to open up, and this is the Hurry-Scurry Galaxy. Let's go ahead and fly over to it. Here we got ourselves 1 star to collect, Shrinking Satellite. Jumping into this mission, our overhead shot shows a black hole surrounded by a bunch of platforms. Not much really here in this galaxy. In fact, our jumping in point isn't that far away from the black hole, so there's really not much here. The floor falls away when you step on it. Be careful. That's a really good piece of information to give us, as just like that toad said, this platform said structure will dissipate the moment you step on it, and you don't have that much time to react to, so you gotta keep moving. I tried walking along the path, but it started disappearing with every step I took. It's dangerous, I tell ya! Yeah, I agree with that one. It's very dangerous to go around this area. I do see a launch star down below this platform, but I also see a question mark block right above it. So I'm just gonna hit this block until I can't hit it anymore. And from falling down below, we can take this launch star over into our main attraction here of Hurry-Scurry Galaxy. We got some music notes here to collect, and by collecting these music notes, something special is gonna happen. So let's go ahead and grab all these. In the past, grabbing all these notes, we know can unlock a power-up or even a one-up mushroom. By collecting all the notes here in Hurry-Scurry Galaxy will cause the black hole to disappear from the center of this said structure and reveal a power star. Now, you gotta be careful when getting the said power star, as you don't really have much of an option besides just jumping straight down to it, but I recommend do a spin and immediately press the ZL button to do a ground pound. By ground pounding after a spin, you will do something called the homing ground pound, which will home in towards enemies and also to power stars, making it so you can't miss that star. If you miss that star, well, let's just say that's not gonna be a fun experience. But with that star collected, we got another galaxy complete. So let's go ahead and save our progress. And at this point, there's only one more thing left for us to do here in the fountain. There's one galaxy left, and it's this galaxy over here with 15 stars needed to open up. This is the enemy base. Unlocking the enemy base, we can now head to Bowser's Star Reactor. We found him. We found where Bowser is located. So let's fly into this galaxy and put a stop to Bowser's plans. Heading into Bowser's Star Reactor, we have 1 star available, the Fiery Stronghold. Jumping in, our overhead shot shows a lot of things that will get in our way and stop us before we get to Bowser. But let's not let that happen. Let's go ahead and make our way through this Star Reactor. I can feel a grand star nearby. But this place is filled with all kinds of traps and tricks. Be careful. Will do. There's lots of fire here, a lot of black holes, a lot of areas for us to fall into space. So we gotta be very careful with our footing. There's a one-up in the very beginning of the level, which definitely does show that Bowser is probably gonna throw all the stops out at us. Anytime you play a game, you know if you find extra life in the very beginning of a level, you know they're not holding back. The gravity here is all out of whack! Check out the arrows! As Luma's right, as the arrows will dictate which way the gravity is facing. Arrows pointing down mean you walk down on the ground. Arrows pointing up mean you walk up on the ceiling. And it's also color coordinated too, so you can easily tell which way will go what direction by just taking a look at the color, not just the set arrows. Be careful of the enemies around here, the thwomps, as if a thwomp crushes you, that will instantly kill you due to the set crushing damage. So we're gonna be very careful around these set thwomps. And jump around these sections. Down below are some coins, which we do kind of need some health. Definitely so if I burn my rear again, but thankfully there are coins right here in front of us. Looks like Bowser is not playing around. He's trying to destroy the platforms that we are standing on and the path up to where he's located in general. So we gotta keep on moving because we don't have much time for these platforms to crumble below our feet. You finally made it. Just in time for me to stomp you in the space bits. This is it. Our fight against Bowser begins. Bowser will stomp around this arena, emitting shockwaves. Jump over the shockwaves and not take any damage. But by Bowser jumping around, he does make himself vulnerable, because hitting the blue sections here, that's glass. Breaking the said glass, Bowser will burn his rear, and that's your time to strike. Hitting Bowser a couple times once he's burning will do some serious damage. Now we're into phase 2. He's gonna start shooting around some fireballs. He'll also emit more shockwaves now when he pounds down the ground. As you notice, standing on any of these green platforms, they're elevated far enough above where you don't have to worry about getting hit by those said electric shockwaves. Go ahead, hit Bowser a couple times here, do some serious damage to him, and that will put us into phase 3 of the fight. Now Bowser is even more mad. He's gonna shoot out even more fireballs and more shockwaves. Let's go ahead, jump up on the screen platform, prepare for the shockwaves, and just avoid them altogether. Bait Bowser into breaking glass around this section to burn his rear. And now, let's catch up to him before he has enough time to heal from that said burn. So there's hit number 1, number 2, and number 3. With those 3 hits, Bowser is now defeated. What? How? Foolish Luigi. My plan is far too long now. You really think you can stop me? Looks like we didn't defeat Bowser fully, as he does retreat for the moment, but he does leave behind his Grand Star. So let's go ahead and collect this Grand Star and head back to the Comet Observatory. Another Grand Star has been collected, and with that, we have locked another dome, meaning we have more galaxies to explore. To be exact, we have 4 new galaxies to explore. That's a lot of galaxies. You rescued another Grand Star, and power has returned to another dome in the back of the observatory. But I still don't think we have the star power we need to fly the observatory through the universe. The villain who kidnapped your special one took her far from here, the center of the universe. Once our star power is restored, the observatory will be able to go there. Then you can reunite with your special one. Interesting. We now know where Bowser is holding our special one, Princess Peach. She's at the center of the universe, and we need a lot more star power than we already have to get there. But we do have 27 power stars, so we have a lot of star power already. and we're going to work on getting more of it. For now, though, we got another Grand Star back in our collection here, which means now we have another dome available. Over here on our right, we can now enter the kitchen. And now with the kitchen unlocked, we have 4 more galaxies to fuel our said Power Star needs. And we'll be heading into the kitchen to explore new galaxies in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Super Luigi Galaxy, we'll head into our brand new dome, the kitchen, and explore new galaxies. I'll see you guys next time.